All right, my favorite one, guys, this is getting into stem cells. This is about stem cells and how it relates with muscle growth. Whenever we talk about proliferation of cells, when we talk about hyperplasia, remember, same with hypertrophy. When you're trying to build a house, what do you need? You need the basic fundamental building blocks. You need concrete, rebar, you need all these things. It's the same when building a foundation of muscle. You have protein, right? How are you going to build muscle without protein? Hormones are just the technology. This reference been used by many other people before. Hormones, peptides, supplements, these are the technology. These are cranes. But food is going to be your basic essential nutrient. That's going to be the building block to building muscle. Now, getting into hypertrophy first. Hypertrophy, food goes, amino acids go into the cell. You have fatty acids recover the membrane after damage as well, and the cell starts to get bigger and bigger. There's a few more processes to it, but keep it simple and remember this. Hyperplasia, cell proliferation, as soon as we start getting to meiosis, mitosis, how do you create a brand new cell, right? There has to be DNA. Where does the DNA come from? What's telling this to happen? So when you get that inflammation response that we always talk about and repeat it over and over, you get that signal, we're going to cause cell proliferation is going to happen. Where is this coming from? This comes from something called a stem cell, or there's many other words for it. The mother cell, they'll call it in some cultures. But this stem cell can be turned into any cell in the body. We have reserves of stem cells in bone marrow, fat tissue. They're found all over the body, right? Say you get a cut, now you have an open wound. How does it heal? Yes, diet is essential. Vitamins and minerals are essential. But where's that tissue also come from? There's stem cells that have to be called upon. Those stem cells come and create the tissue. If you've seen scientists in petri dishes create livers, they create skin, doing all this from stem cells. These are blank cells, or like we call them God cells. Blank cells with a piece of paper that is like a note telling it what to do. It's a blank piece of paper. Your body will write the encryption or the code on it and say you're going to be a liver cell because or you're going to be a protein cell because there was inflammation from damage from a workout. So that inflammation goes to the brain. Now the brain goes, okay, we're going to repair this cell. Let's say cell proliferation is going to happen. You took a hormone. Now it transcribes it, writes on this piece of paper, and it says, turn into a protein cell. We need more protein cells. That stem cell will now go to the area of inflammation, and that's what happens when cell proliferation happens. You're pulling stem cells. So when we talk about using hormones, like growth hormone, IGF, yes, you can cause cell division to happen, but creating these new cells, you can pull from stem cells. These things can get pulled from bone marrow, you can get pulled from all over, and then that will create brand new tissue you never had before, and now those baby cells can also be subject to hypertrophy and then grow. But remember, stem cells, as babies, they're found in the umbilical cord, in the placenta, embryonic stem cells. There's so many different kinds. Some of them are pre-written to be, say, a set cell. That's why you've heard horror stories. People go to a clinic, get an injection, they have a tooth growing in their shoulder. They took an embryonic stem cell, right? Embryonic stem cells happen to have some with a code already written. You were supposed to be a tooth DNA. Stem cells coming from your body naturally will be blank, but your brain will tell it what to do in response to inflammation. Placenta, embryonic type stem cell, or placenta and umbilical cord type stem cells, or from your bone marrow, those are blank cells. We can tell it what to do. So now with this knowledge, these are things I don't talk about in the EA videos, but take this knowledge and now think about how can we pull more stem cells to create more tissue for hyperplasia. But that's what stem cells are. They're basically a God cell that can become anything, repair any damage.